What is going on YouTube? I'm Jesse James and you're watching Salvage Socket Garage. So today I got my valve cover gasket so we can get it fixed here on the Altima. You can see right there it's leaking all the oil. I'll show you it in a minute. But I don't know, I didn't show this in another video, but our ignition coils are also no good, so I ordered more of those. So in today's video we're going to replace the valve cover gasket and do a fresh oil change so that when the ignition coils do get here we can slap them right on, fire this thing straight up, and have a clean engine bay and all that. So without further ado, let's get started with replacing this valve cover gasket. And time to do some mechanical stuff. I ordered the valve cover gasket, so that should be here sometime next week. For now it's just leaking oil, but let's go ahead and check how bad these spark plugs are, and if they're really bad we'll replace them. Just took the ignition coils out and they are actually pretty bad. Now we'll go by taking the spark plugs out with 5/8 is what it should be, I believe. Same as mine. Just got the spark plug out and they're not too bad, but I think I'm gonna wait to do them till I get the gasket on. So because I think that has to be a problem with the oil and all that, so I guess we'll look at this later. Alright guys, as you can see we also do not have a hood prop, so that's why the broom handle is there. Just yeah. So as you can see, it's leaking very bad around this gasket, and what happens to these gaskets is they just get old and brittle, and so we have a new one to throw in there. But first of all, we're gonna wanna go ahead and take off all the ignition coils. So there's a 10mm right there, and then the clip on the back, which is pretty self-explanatory to just pull those out, and then you'll have all of these bolts around the valve cover to take off. But other than that, should be pretty simple. I am not going to film the process. I'll pick this up when I take the ignition coils off and show you the rest of the bolts you need to take off. Sorry guys, the mic was not on for this part, but now that I have all the ignition coils out, you can go around and take off all of these bolts around the valve cover, and make sure you also slide up that clip so you can pull the hose off. And there's some more bolts around the valve cover, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You guys should get the concept. And yeah, I'm gonna pull this thing off so we can clean it up and get a fresh gasket on it. Got the valve cover off guys, but I did manage to break a few hoses, so now I gotta get this old gasket out of here, put the new one on, and then we'll bolt it all back up. So guys, I got the new valve cover gasket on here, fit up nicely, and I did go ahead and loosen the spark plugs. So I'm gonna see if they'll just come out now. They still need some loosening, but anyway, all the spark plugs will come out, and then I'll put new spark plugs in, put the valve cover on, and then ignition coils. It's just about to be dark, so limited time to do this, but I should be able to get it done. And after all of that, we can then do an oil change, and hopefully this thing runs pretty nice and has a slighter leak. I don't think it will be like perfect, but I think it'll be way better than it was. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay guys, now we got a new valve cover gasket, new spark plugs. So we did have a couple issues. The hoses are just pretty old. You can see this one right here, it's on there, but it doesn't got a good seal really. And so I think I'm going to put some And I'm not saying this is the right way to do this. It's definitely the wrong way. But I don't want to find these hoses on whatever. I can barely, or I looked on eBay already, and this single little hose by itself is 25 bucks, so I don't want to fix that. And that hose just goes to the intake box. So I think eventually I'm going to clean this up right here and throw some gasket maker on there and cover it with electrical tape, and then it dries. It should look good and have a good seal. And so those are the only two issues. This car still should shoot right up. And so yeah, let's get the ignition coils on. It's about dark, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like this. And there we go, guys, just like that. New valve cover gasket, new ignition coils, new spark plugs. Yeah, let's try to fire this thing up. Alright guys, let's try to fire this thing up. Got the key right here. It's still a mess in here from when I was doing all the speakers or stuff on my seat, but it's okay. I'll move it real quick. One second, guys. Alright. Moment of truth. Will the Altima fire up? No, it will not.